Castle being the facilitator. He had 8 assists in the first quarter. So you look at that, Vassell shooting the ball, lights out. So you bring Champagne in, you got 3 guards. Now you look at Fox, when we talked about when Wemby went down, his turnovers went up, but Castle's assists went up because we got a guy that's going to score. So if we're not going to get defense out of you, Fox, Dylan Harper, step up to the plate. Now, what we seen last night, Dylan Harper, he had, 4 threes? I think he had 4 threes. Those threes are all under duress. All those threes are pressure threes, and he's showing resilience to play defense on, like, he's really playing defense.
That's what I'm saying, but you don't take Fox.
5 for 7 from 3.
Why you, like, everybody discredit Fox once Harper get going? Like, Fox still had, 16 and 9 or something like that?
Yeah.
On limited shots, thinking, not trying to attack when he want to attack, was holding back a lot, I feel like. He had open
We're in the
spots
team.
where he could have attacked the lane, but he stopped and
We're in the
dribbled
ultimate
back.
team dynamic right now, where we don't need you to take it upon yourself to prove that you can do anything.
But one guy's playing freely,
Which is who?
Harper. He could make
What's his
mistakes.
what's
I'm
his
rookie.
position
I'm
off the
playing with
bench?
nothing. Just out there shooting. I like
was
how
your,
aggressive
that was
he
your
is.
position too when you came in the game. Let me do me.
Yeah, for sure,
So
but-
when Fox is in the game, you have to do you while you're in the game. Because when this young nigga come in,
Man,
he might outshine you based on
That's
what
all
we
they
need at the
wanted.
time. So it
That's all they
shouldn't be
want.
confidence because he's a vet. He's an all-star. This is not the dynamic at the Kings. This is a championship organization that we are willing to accept your application as being the guy we need you to be. Not trying to come in here and change the dynamic of what we've been doing.
but still, you got to be you at some point. Like, he's still
He's gonna
average.
find this. Remember, we said earlier in the season, he's still trying to figure out what this group is exactly, right? And
They get a
remember,
lot of shots.
what did Wemby say? Ethical.
You're in
a
that-
lot of
Ethical basketball.
So when they got De'Aaron Fox, they didn't.
think they're going to get Harper.
Yeah, they know you get the
Yeah.
second pick to be able to draft Dylan Harper.
Facts.
So
Yeah.
now he's the best available on the board.
Yep,
So
there you go.
So now you have to take him. Now the conversation becomes with De'Aaron Fox. Like, hey, we got the second pick in the draft. Y'all just so happen to play the same position. We got to find minutes for him. We got the rookie of the year that can probably play off the ball at times, but he's good with the ball in his hands. So now those conversations with De'Aaron Fox gets a little tougher.
Yep.
Remember, played a Rashad Mechanics clip in the beginning where he explains that De'Aaron Fox has become expendable in San Antonio. Now, apparently, Dylan Harper is really, really good. Devin Vestal, it took him a couple seasons to get his feet wet. I think with a lot of the young players you see, I think when you look at Malik Monk was one of them. Some of these young players, it takes some time to get their feet wet because they're not fully developed coming into the NBA. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, some guys you see hit the ground running. That kid in Philly that got drafted this year. The kid down there in Charlotte, the white boy. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but some guys hit the ground running, but sometimes it take a little bit more, especially without they're not developing these kids in high school or AAU and college. They may stay for a year, and you got to think about it. A lot of these guys need about 3 years in college to be real. For manhood, to have an understanding of it and develop their game in bodies. So you got to understand about 3 or 4 years, it may take for a lot of these guys to start to step into their role. You know what I mean? So, but Dylan Harper is Ryan Harper's son. He hitting the ground running. Devin Vestal took a few years. Hey, man, he hitting the ground running. And now, it's kind of like, is De'Aaron Fox expendable? And at this point, he probably is. And I get to the point of, would he be a good fit in Detroit? And that's for y'all to answer. Need another killer scorer? I mean, obviously there's a bunch of, budget buys, that it can allow you to find, other opportunities through the draft and not give up much capital and find other guys that can fit that. I know a lot of people say he had a kid from Tennessee. I don't even think about second round picks. If it happened, it happened. But it's a lot of low, it's going to cost you really not much of nothing. It's a lot of those buys out there. McCollum, Levine, DeRozan, you know what I'm saying? Even some stars that might be going for the low. LaMelo, Trae Young, Ja Morant. I'm not saying that those are all good fits, but I'm just saying, the ticket on these guys are low. That's why I'm telling y'all. I don't remember too many seasons where it's so many guys that can be available, and it's not that expensive. But De'Aaron Fox, could he work with Cade Cunningham? Cade can work with anybody. I look at Fox as more of a 2-guard. That's how I look at him as. More of a 2-guard. That's it. More of a 2. So, I think it'll work. I'm not sure how well he shoot the ball. But, his ability to get and create, he would just have to come here and score, and provide some defense. Cade being 6'6", it allows you to do a lot of things in the backcourt with him. De'Aaron Fox on any night gets you 30, 40. Seem to be a well-rounded individual, seem to be a good dude, seem to have a sense of pride. He has that edge to him. Remember, it was that whole Lonzo thing, and he dominated Lonzo. So he got that edge to him. He got that dog in him. So he can fit right in. But at that point, you got to ask yourself, are we going to invest into De'Aaron Fox in that contract he just signed, Cade in that contract he just signed? Are we going to invest into, what's the other dude's name? Jalen Duren. He won a lot of money. Then eventually, Asar going to come up. And then, those are the conversations that you got to have. When you talk about Zach LaVine, he's probably more than halfway through that contract. McCollum probably at the end of that contract. It's probably not near as expensive. Not nearly as expensive. You know what I mean? So when we having those conversations about those guys, about those guys, and let me see what Fox doing right now. So he's shooting in 17 games. He's shooting 40% from 3 right now. 24 points a game, 6 assists. Turnovers I really don't like, but for the most of his career, he shot 30% from 3, but this year he's shooting 40%. In 23, 24, 74 games, he shot 36.9%. So, if he can shoot the ball, if he can shoot that rock a lot better, you know what I'm saying? That's a great look, to get into his contract. So let's see. Right now, what are we in 26? The contract ain't even kicked in yet. So that's an issue. He signed a 4-year, $223+ million contract, and it's it's estimated, whatever that means, from 26 to 27. That's when it starts. So that contract starts next year. $50 million the first year, $54 million the 7th year, about $58 million the next year, and $62 million when he turned 32 and 29, 30. So, at some point that may be a bargain or whatever like that. He's still young. I mean, it's a lot of money, but if we start, going into, different contracts to compare it to other people like Zach LaVine, you know what I'm saying? And right now I'm got my iPhone just looking this shit up. If y'all wondering, Zach LaVine right now is shooting 38% from 3. Last year he shot 45% from 3. Overall 35. Well, no, not overall 35. I don't have it overall. But 38, 40%. He shot 45% from 3 last season. So looking at his contract, and whenever he play us, that dude go ham. So his contract is similar to De'Aaron Fox, but the thing about it is, they both contract end about the same age. He make 44 and a half next this season, 48 next season, and 49 million in the player option. So you at least have him for 3 seasons, and with a player option, he's gonna opt into that player option, I believe, and he be 31 when that player option come up. So it's less risk with him. It's less risk. He had his injury issues, but it's less risk. You go to CJ McCollum. Just look at what McCollum got going on. He's 34, a little bit older. Right now, he's shooting the ball from 3 at a 40% clip. He, for the most years, he shoot 40% from 3. Talking about his contract. So yeah, way cheaper. So next year, this year is 33 million. Next year, my bad. This year is 30.6 million. So this is the last year of a deal for him. So it's the last year of a deal. So it make a lot of sense. McCollum make a lot of sense, man, and a good dude, man. So yeah, I mean, me personally, you get a guy that you commit that much money to De'Aaron Fox with, you gotta get a championship. You gotta get a championship. Levine, you can live with if you don't get a championship. McCollum, one season you can live with and keep him around if you choose. So let me know what y'all girls and guys think. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Facebook, Kick. I'm everywhere. Appreciate the love and support. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Peace.